You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean. Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Castle After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Castle After Show.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another AFTERBUZZ TV after show for Castle. It is season 6, episode 15, Smells Like Teen Spirit. I am your host, Paige Sullivan, joined by my lovely co-host.
Hi guys, I'm Kate Aquillano. Thanks for joining us.
This whole episode was just like teenage movies.
Yeah,
music.
I wrote them all down.
Yeah, let's get a rundown.
I got some Mean Girls, some Carrie, throw in a little Matilda, you know, and then throw in some Bling Ring, and you basically got this episode.
And the name Smells Like Teen Spirit. I mean, what, like this whole episode, I just thought from the previews it was going to be Carrie.
Yeah.
And then it was everything.
They wanted to throw some stuff in there.
I kind of liked it though, because I feel like this is our age,
yeah,
you know,
it
kind of
was
movies.
Cute.
Yeah, I've never seen Carrie, but
you've never seen Carrie?
No, I don't like movies with
Scary.
blood and stuff. Yeah,
All
no,
right.
I'm not down for that. Like Castle, I can do because I'm like, that's only gonna be like 5 seconds of
That's
this
only
show.
a little bit of the show.
It's only a little bit. Like I
yeah,
don't have to
Carrie's
look
a lot of blood.
Yeah,
Steer clear.
The bucket. Yeah, no. Okay. But so we start this show off with these like, I felt like we were in Gossip Girl. You know what I mean?
we should put that on
Gossip
the list.
Girl added to the list.
It was very Gossip Girl.
I was expecting, you know, XOXO like at the end.
Absolutely.
But so these two girls, Chris and what was the other girl's name?
I don't know. I have brunette and blonde.
Yeah.
That's what I wrote
Chris
down.
I think Christina maybe, I don't know, was the blonde.
Okay.
She ends up being the guilty one.
Spoiler.
But they're talking to their friend Madison. They're heading to a coffee shop.
Yeah.
And they have this like FaceTime call, and then she's like thrown about the room and basically murdered.
And I'm just like, I know it's not possible for what's going through your mind. Like, she didn't do that.
No.
But I can't think of an explanation quite yet. So I'm just like, what? How is this going to pan out?
I was thinking along the lines of kind of special effects where the magnet thing, like where you can program, because there was this
the
YouTube video.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Of the coffee shop where it's like going crazy. And I was thinking about that. And I'm wondering if that kind of inspired this episode like a little bit.
Put it on the list.
YouTube video. You guys know which one we're talking about. But so I didn't know, but I was like, maybe.
I had no idea. I was like, this isn't actually what happened, but I don't know the explanation.
Yeah, I
yet.
just couldn't figure out the motive. Like, I didn't understand why it was happening.
Yeah.
That's what I didn't understand. But that's beyond the point, I guess. But we have this dead girl.
And love the transitions.
And then it's like, oh, what's our song?
Yeah, these transitions are amazing on Castle. And sometimes they relate. There's like something in that first murder scene that kind of translates to like the opening scene with Castle and Beckett.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Not this episode.
Just go to the kitchen talking about their wedding song.
And so they both disagree. One thinks it's witchcraft. One thinks it's dancing in the dark. Honestly, I mean, I know my boyfriend and I don't have a song. But like, how does one decide? Because I feel like as you evolve, your choices in music evolve.
I don't know.
If you asked me when I was 14, I'd be like, NSYNC. Yes, I mean,
tearing up my heart when I'm not with you.
Yes, like that would be my wedding song if I was 14 years old.
Well, they obviously don't know either.
I know, but I love this whole season how every episode we get like a step.
Something.
A step, a little bit. They're like dangling in front of us.
We still need flowers. It's like on the list of wedding planning, they check off one every episode.
Venue, dress, song. We don't know if we're having a band yet or a DJ. I have to disagree with Kate. I think a band is a much better idea.
I don't know.
Depending on the band.
You have to have a really good band to live up to a DJ, because the DJ just gets the party started.
They can, but then they can also, get the party started for themselves. And it's like, I don't know.
For them, I see band.
Yeah, I just see band. I think, when you go to a bar and there's a live band, you're like way more into it than a DJ.
Castle's going to win on this one.
Yeah, I hope so. He's paying for it. Not that that means anything.
No, we still get to make the decisions.
Yes, we still get to make the decisions. But I love how they're talking about it, and then they're like, oh, murder on the Upper East Side.
Gots to go.
Yeah, so they run to this murder, and it basically just seems she's a very wealthy girl, very popular girl. Her parents don't really think anything's wrong, but she was thrown, we think, against the ceiling. So they pinpoint her ex-boyfriend, Riley. Poor kid.
Because he's muscular. They need someone who, the victim...
A Hulk.
The Hulk.
The Hulk.
He threw the victim up, so it needs to be someone muscular. And so we go to Riley.
Poor kid. I mean, he's a high schooler.
He didn't do it.
No, obviously.
It was just stupid.
Yeah, and I also, somebody commented once on one of the YouTube videos, and they're like, it's always the first person.
It wasn't Riley.
It wasn't Riley, and it also wasn't the parents. But it was one of the first people we saw.
That's true.
So I'm wondering, like, how, like, I want to put together, like, a cheat sheet for us.
We're
so
going
every
to.
week
We're
we can
going
be
to keep
like,
track.
Yeah, we can, like.
So this technically was the first person we saw. The
Technically.
killer. Technically.
Okay, yeah.
All right, we'll keep track.
But not every episode. I don't know. So, yeah, we'll keep track. But poor Riley says, you know, he actually broke up with her.
Yeah.
Because she was going missing and she was out all night and he didn't know what she was doing.
He didn't know what the heck she was doing.
Was she cheating? Like, we didn't know.
Right.
So they broke up and her parents just kind of didn't really know. But so we go to this school and it was called Fairfax? Faircroft.
And it's Castle's, where Castle went to high school.
I'd say his alma mater, but like he didn't graduate.
Yeah. Side note, Rogers, did we know that Castle wasn't his? Did I not know that?
I think I knew
that Castle wasn't his last name.
I think I knew it wasn't his last. I didn't know it was Rogers. Like not. I didn't really remember that if I did hear that, but I think I knew Richard Castle was not his name.
That's his fancy writer name.
You know how they always have their pen name?
Castle.
I know, and he like goes by that name, like
he's Richard
Castle.
Rogers. In real, I mean, really?
Yeah, that's strange. So
I
she
don't like
technically, I wonder if he legally changed his name to Richard Castle.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
I feel like it's too important to him.
Yeah,
it's definitely legally changed.
I know, because I was wondering if Kate is going to be Kate Castle or Kate
I kind of
Rogers.
like it. No, it's Kate Castle.
Or she might actually just stay Kate Beckett.
She's too independent.
She's going to be Kate Beckett.
Yeah.
She's not going to change her last name. Not that I think.
I don't think so either.
Detective Castle.
No. Detective Beckett. It's gonna be Detective Beckett forever.
I hope so.
That'll be another fight. That's a good prediction.
I agree. But I think she's too strong. Like she's too strong-willed to want to change it.
I agree.
Especially professionally. She wouldn't want to be like Detective Castle.
No, that doesn't work.
No offense to any Detective Castles out there.
Sorry.
I'm sure you are very efficient.
Amazing.
But so they're going back to his school where he was expelled for putting a cow on the roof. And
love it.
Yeah.
Total Castle.
Yeah, total Castle. Of course, he was, always getting in trouble. But we find out, the cab driver was the one who called it in. And so we're going to the school to talk to people. But her friends won't say anything.
Yeah, it's really weird. They're talking and you'd think that they would be like, oh, we were scared, so we didn't call 911. We told the cab driver to call 911. But you think in that moment when the detectives are there, they'd be like, this happened, this is what we saw. And they're like, we can't talk about it, about something in the cafeteria. And the other girl's like, you can't say that. The principal said no. And we're like, what the heck are they talking about? It's like...
Now knowing who the killer is, I think it was so much harder to know because of the fact that she was with somebody who didn't know. You know what I mean? Like the other girl thought this telekinesis stuff was happening. And she actually thought that Jordan killed Madison.
Right.
Like she thought that.
Right.
So the fact that her friend was so...
It like overpowered
the fact that she
was guilty.
Yeah, maybe she wasn't acting as scared, but her friend
made up for it.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
I
That's totally
would
what
be
happened.
like,
Because I wasn't thinking this girl at all.
I literally would have been like, you're the worst friend in the world. Like you literally, not only did you murder one of our friends,
right,
but you made me you made me think that somebody was going to kill me.
Yeah. Way to go.
When did high schoolers start killing each other?
I don't know. But then they show the video from the cafeteria that they're supposed to not be talking about. They go in and talk to the principal, and the principal
after the principal hears Castle making a joke about him.
I love that.
Me too. What was the joke?
Something with a cow.
Yeah, something with a cow.
And then he's
in the pasture. He hasn't gone into other pastures or something.
Who would have thought he would still be there?
Yeah,
but besides the point, they show the video and it's of the cafeteria, like things moving, just like the coffee shop YouTube, and you're just like, what the heck is going on?
Well, we know Lucas planned it now that we've watched the episode, but the fact that Lucas had that chair go over that girl's head.
I don't know how he did it. I mean, this kid is talented.
Yeah, he's
with
like
the magnets.
I love the line later in the show. Then he's like, with telekinesis, he's like, no, I'm smart. Like I'm smart.
Like I'm smart. I can do a lot with fishing wire and magnets.
So funny. But
I liked him. He played a good part.
I really liked Lucas too. But so they're talking to the principal. He tells them all of this. And we try and find Jordan, the suspect, basically, a person of interest. And she's nowhere to be found. She ran out of class. And
that is suspicious, Jordan.
Why do people do that? Like, just stick around. But
she
thinks she did
it.
She thinks
that's
she
the
did
thing.
it.
She thinks she has this weird power because then the guys go over to her room and they find all these books on telekinesis. They find X-Men comics. Like, she's kind of like...
And, like, how to control your telekinesis.
And Carrie. They find a
scratched out picture of that thing.
No, they
found the book Carrie.
The book Carrie. And then they did find a scratched out picture of Madison.
With, like, no eyes.
Because Madison bullied her.
Madison was not nice.
She was the mean girl. And
yeah, she was the Blair Waldorf. But, so... We talked to her aunt, basically, or her legal guardian. Yeah. Her parents died. She's kind of got a rough go of it, but she got a scholarship. But, you know, she's the black sheep of the school. She's not really, she doesn't fit in. She's, oh my gosh, she's the Humphreys from Gossip Girl.
I didn't watch that show.
Oh, they were like the poor kids at the rich school.
Is that Dan?
Yeah.
See, I didn't even watch it. I know, and I know who Gossip Girl is, but I won't.
This whole episode now, as we go through it, every different series is popping up.
There you go.
But so we find her books, and then we talk to Lucas, and Lucas is like, you know, I'm her friend. I feel bad. They talk about Madison and how she was really mean and all of that. But, you know, he just kind of said
that's the thing. I didn't even think, like, of his involvement. You know, you learn, like, later in the episode how involved he is. But even in that scene, I was like, he's just her friend.
Yeah, I thought he was an innocent party.
Yeah. I didn't really think this was gonna go more in his direction, but it did.
Yeah, no, but he followed Jordan because he wanted to talk to her and stuff, but he didn't go with her. But he knew which train she took.
Yeah,
so that was helpful. And then it took us to Henderson Diagnostics.
Oh, I missed that. I was like, Henderson.
Yeah, Henderson Diagnostics, which is this creepy little garage that they made into a lab.
How was he floating in the air?
I don't know.
See, that's the one thing that is not explained.
No, not the one thing, because at the end, Kate says, you know, we don't know what Jordan was doing because there was no wires or magnets.
Yeah.
Did she say that to make Castle feel like there's telekinesis, or is that real?
She just did that for his sake.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To make him happy.
But I really wonder about the doctor.
I know. Like, no, that wasn't explained. He was just floating.
What was he doing?
I mean, I don't know.
But she was there.
Yeah, Jordan was there because she really thinks she's doing this, and she just, like, needs to learn how to control it in her mind.
Yeah.
And she's just like, I need help, and goes to this random MIT professor.
Ugh, creepy. Yeah. But I love when they're questioning her, and she's like, Castle, you know, I might need protection. You should come with me.
I know, it's cute.
But when she's shaking her leg in the table,
I know.
I was like, oh, really?
She's like, nervous habit.
Yeah.
But it was cute. I mean, during the interrogation, she was like, I must have done it, because she really thinks that she did this, and she wished that Madison's dead, and then she was dead, and she didn't do it.
No, she did not do it. She was at a cafe studying. And she also kind of gave us a little insight into Madison and the fact that Madison, she was invisible to Madison until one point where she found her in the Russian lit section in the library. And from that point on, Madison was horrible to her.
This episode took a whole different path than I was thinking it was going to.
Enter the Bling Ring.
Yeah. I mean, the whole War and Peace British, book and all that, I just was not expecting this.
No, and so Madison, had this credit card. She was spending tens of thousands of dollars. Not her parents' money. It was her own.
Right.
Well, it looked like it was her own money.
She was taking cabs all times of the night.
So she was out all night, and every time she went to the library the next morning was when she'd been out all night.
Right.
So
something was going on.
So we find this book, War and Peace, and she has like these German
bear
bonds in it, and they literally, I guess you could literally just walk anywhere and just cash them.
And it was $2.3 million worth of them.
Insane.
And it was just in the library at the school.
Insane. Absolutely insane. And so,
And then they find an antique ring in the library, like behind the books.
Which was from a Faircroft family.
Yeah, so they find out that all these Faircroft families have been burglarized, and the days of the burglary match up with the nights that Madison has been out all night.
Yes.
So it's like she is the Bling Ring.
Yeah, it's insane. And her friends say they didn't know anything about it. You know, her parents know nothing about it.
Right.
It's very interesting. But so we find out where the bonds are from. They're from a Floral Park bank robbery in Changsu Chen.
Oh, very nicely.
I tried.
Very nice.
I spelt it phonetically, so I could say that. He supposedly stole them.
Yeah.
And he was arrested due to probable cause, but they
never discovered where the bonds were.
And then we find out that Madison's father was his attorney.
So when he freaked out during the little conversation about the bonds and, you know, everything kind of comes to light.
He probably should have came forward.
Yeah, but like, I don't know why he acted like that.
I don't know.
Because it was just very suspicious, but he really didn't do it. I mean, he had no idea what his daughter was doing.
But he probably didn't want to say, like, oh, she probably stole them from my client. And also, attorney-client privilege, he probably can't say anything about it. He probably can't.
I don't know. It was very odd. I was like, did her dad kill her? Like, what's going on?
But so she stole them from this guy.
Yeah.
Insane. Like, what? Are you crazy?
But then you find out that, well, apparently he was, you know, she stole him from his house. So then she blackmails Lucas a little bit to kind of make this distraction in the backyard of Chen's house. So he leaves, they take the bonds, and you find out that he didn't kill her because it kind of is leading to like he's getting revenge for her taking the bonds. He was on a plane back to China.
He's out of there.
So freaked out about the swirling patio furniture in his backyard that he flies to China and he didn't do it.
Nope.
So it's kind of like another dead end.
Yeah, but so then it's kind of, we didn't even know it was Lucas at this point. It's just like, what is happening? So then we figure, you know, she obviously had a partner in this.
Yeah.
Who was her partner? And it's little old Lucas.
Little Lucas.
Poor guy, though. You know, he's like, I was just trying to stick up for her. Like, I wanted everybody
to be scared of her and leave her alone.
So they wouldn't pick on her, which I don't know which is better. Like, everybody being terrified you're going to murder them.
Yeah, I don't know if that's quite the best route to take.
But when they do find Lucas, Jordan's at his house and she's like levitating all of this stuff.
Yeah, what was that too? Because was that necessary? They weren't like...
No, and so if he actually technically had control of those, this is where I was wondering if he truly did. Why would they all smash on the ground? He would have just put them down.
Yeah, if they were literally hanging from like
or
fishing wire or magnets, they would just like slowly.
But they just all smashed.
Because I think Lucas has some talents.
Yeah, he's very good. He's going to be working in Hollywood one day.
That's right.
He'll be working on one of these shows, probably.
Probably.
But so he said it's all his fault. He's smart, but he doesn't have telekinesis.
Yeah.
I loved that. But yeah, he likes special effects. And when Madison figured out what he was doing, she blackmailed him and made him do it to that house. And then they also, we find out, faked the event in her room.
The entire murder scene
not
is a movie.
A FaceTime. It was not a FaceTime. Yeah, it was just this movie they did because she wanted to make her friends more convinced that this is what was happening.
She was just playing a joke.
And, you know, we see the unedited version of what happened. And then we find out, okay, somebody knew this.
This was happening and was going to use this movie as kind of the way to kill her in real life.
Yeah, and so that's when we get the friends, the blonde and the brunette, and they found jewelry in their lockers, and it literally is the Bling Ring, only in New York instead of LA. I mean...
But even when they bring them in from the dance to the room and they're all talking to her, I really wasn't sure if it was the blonde or the brunette that did it.
I thought it was the blonde because she just had this, pardon my language, like bitchy look on her face. Like she just didn't look sad.
Couldn't tell because then the brunette was very defensive, so I thought she was like going to try and cover it up, and the blonde was just like, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, but the brunette was like, you know, my dad's a lawyer. He'll get us out of anything. Yeah. She thought they were there for the robberies, which they were.
They were.
I mean, she gets arrested for that, but she has no idea about the murder. So when they drop the murder bomb, right then you're like, oh, it was Blondie because I
wrote Blondie did it.
Yeah, because her face is like, what murder? We didn't murder her.
We didn't murder anyone.
Oh, and that little girl, like these kids are smart for high schoolers, like really smart.
And so she, like, how did she put the blood on the band, like the top ceiling? Did she like bring a ladder in there?
She goes, you were the top of the pyramid for cheerleading. Like, okay.
Like this, but still that doesn't prove any. Like, how did you do it?
How'd she kill her? She walked in and hit, like there had to be she had to kill her with something.
Something. And how did she get blood on the ceiling?
Like, did she stack chairs and like climb on top?
She did like a triple backflip and
just like rubbed
it and it was there perfectly.
Way to go, girl. Like I don't know, but this is the weird thing to me. You know, They do this, and she says, I just wanted out of it. Like, I wanted to be out. I wanted to be done. Then tell someone.
Yeah.
Tell your parents. Tell the police. And normally they'll give you, like, a plea deal for helping out. I mean.
You don't have to kill your friend.
Like, murder is not the answer, folks. I know we say this a lot here on this after show, but, like, there was definitely another alternative.
There always is.
But this is what was so weird to me. These girls get arrested, and then they say, "Oh, Lucas isn't going to be expelled. He'll be fine."
Yeah.
You know, he didn't. He confessed. He didn't. He didn't
really do anything except he kind of aided and abetted the burglary.
But he didn't know.
But he didn't really know, so he's fine.
Yeah, and so. But then Castle and Beckett are like dancing at prom. It's like, don't you have paperwork to fill out? Like, don't you have something you need to do?
As soon as I walked in and they were like going to dance, I was like, this is going to be their song. I knew it.
Do you know the name of that song, though?
I don't.
Yeah, but they get their song. But they're also talking about prom. And, you know, Kate said she went to a poetry slam.
She was too cool for prom back in the day.
Castle couldn't go. And she asked, you know, do you ever regret it? And he says, no, because everything I did led to you.
It was a really cute moment.
Very, very. They're so, I feel like we waited so long. And I take for granted the fact that they are so cute together on this show. Because for so long, there was nothing.
And I love that it still works. And it's still, like, it's not like, it's still interesting. Even though they're together and you're not waiting for that moment to happen, like they're together, it's still fun to watch.
Yeah, no, I most definitely agree. I really do enjoy their relationship.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see them dance to their song.
It was cute.
But after that, then we also had Jordan come in and she dances with Lucas.
It was really cute.
Really sweet.
I wrote too cute.
I really like the end of it. and you know, Beckett giving Castle that little thing about the telekinesis, like let him hold on to it.
Let him have his little theories.
As much as it's annoying, now she used to get really annoyed with it. Now she's kind of like, let's hear it.
Let's hear it. What do you got
Tell
for
me what you think.
I know.
But
I love, like, this. One of my favorite episodes this season was the time traveler one.
Yeah.
And how she kind of, like, egged him on at the end, too. Was like, well.
I know.
And you're just like, that was
funny. Cute. No, I enjoy it. And like you said, like, I'm really liking them as a couple. And people are always so afraid, like, when the couple gets together, does the show loses something. And I don't think it did. I honestly think it gained something. I actually enjoy it.
I agree.
More than I used to.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how it keeps going forward. And then even like after the wedding.
Yeah.
So
like married life, babies.
Remember that one episode? They were like, the fortune teller was like 4. And you're just like, whoa.
Whoa. Lots of kids. He's old. No offense to him.
Sorry, Castle.
Sorry. I mean, he's got like a grown daughter.
Exactly.
I want to see more of her, so we'll get into predictions because we
Your
have not seen her.
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I don't have anything serious because I feel like we weren't left very like in terms of main characters. You know, I don't see anything happening or like any controversies with them.
Yeah.
But I just want to see more wedding. Like I say this every week, but they just
true.
give us the little bit. It's like that dangling carrot, and there's nothing else. I want more.
I'm like, can we please get a new dress?
Bridesmaids too. Bridesmaids.
Where is Alexis in all of this? I need that.
Bachelorette party.
That'd be fun. Oh my God, can you picture like Martha at a bachelorette party?
I hope she's invited.
Oh, she will absolutely.
She's gonna invite herself.
She's gonna plan it.
I
Let's
hope
be honest.
so.
But more wedding, more Alexis,
more Seamus. And I'm calling him Seamus, but you know, more Detective Ryan and Esposito. I'd like to see more of them, and Lainey. I would just like to see more.
We need to see Ryan and the baby.
Yes, because I love when we get that little outside view of these people, so that way what they do at work means a little bit more because you know who they are. So,
yeah, and you see that a lot more with Kate and Castle, and so I'd like to see, like, I don't know what Lainey's like outside of work.
Not really. I mean, we see her here and there, but not enough.
Yeah,
I would
we'll see.
Now that we're more into the show, it's season 6, I would just like to know more.
We want to know you, Lainey.
We want to know you. But maybe you guys can tweet at us. Make sure you guys keep the conversation going on iTunes. You can comment, rate, tell your friends about it if they also love Castle, and then they can watch all of our after shows. You can keep the conversation going with me throughout this week until next week at Paige Sullivan on Instagram and Twitter.
And you can find me on Twitter at Kate Aquillano.
So keep the conversation going, and we will see you next week.
Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.